Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're watching this, greetings to you. So before I comment, I want to thank our facilitator, Lady B, for granting me this opportunity to come share my knowledge with the class. So yesterday, I couldn't do it because I came online and there was no one online. So I decided I was going to do a recording. So let's get started. So AI made easy. I just came up with this topic just to just give you some basics about artificial intelligence that you could apply um, in your workspace or in your business or even your personal life. So my name remains Kitamuji Aseme. I'm a Nigerian, currently based in Nigeria. Alright, let's get started. So these are basically the things we are going to cover. What is AI? What is generative AI? Some common misconceptions about AI, recent reports and trends about AI, how to prompt with AI effectively, how to build a portfolio using AI, and some AI resources, something that you could just use and get started. So what is AI? So I know you already know, or most of you might know, but I just want to still we can't overemphasize what AI means. So AI simply refers to a computer system or computer systems built to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. These tasks include learning, problem solving, pattern recognition, and generating content. For pattern recognition, at times your mobile device, sometimes you have facial recognition, that's AI powered. Another example is fingerprints too. Fingerprints, generating content. We have ChatGPT, Claude, we have Gemini. So that's basically what AI is about. Simply computer systems built to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. So what's the importance of AI in the workspace? Speaks up your work. It reduces manual tasks. So when you have some tasks that are repetitive, you could just get an AI tool to help you fix that. So it saves you time, saves you stress, and gives you opportunity to focus on more important things. So it improves your accuracy and decision making. Yes, it helps teams work smarter. Exactly. So generative AI is an AI system that creates new content. So you could create content like text, images, videos, ideas, code, designs based on data it was trained on. So some examples of generative AI tools are ChatGPT, which is one of my favorites. We have Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, Midjourney for images, DAL-E, and Cloudy AI. So these are some examples of some generative AI tools. These are not all of them. So some generative AI tools it could have text to image, text to video, it could have voice to image, voice to video, and also you could have text to designs. Yes, there are AI tools right now. There's a particular one that has also I just forgot that. But there are AI tools right now that you just prompt it, and perhaps you want to build a website. You just describe the kind of website you want. Oh, I want to build a travel agency website for a travel agency based in Nigeria. Um, use social color, or you could also give it okay. You could just say okay, spy on this particular website. You put a URL of that website. Perhaps say okay, apple.com. I need the design to be similar to apple.com. It should just check everything and produce something very very similar. So that's basically what generative AI is about. So these are some common myths about AI. The first one, AI will replace everyone's job. That's a big lie. There are some jobs that are irreplaceable. Your farmer, the man who still farms will still farm. Although you see this technology though, but there are some jobs that will still remain, you know. AI will replace tasks and some jobs, obviously. Just as it's replacing some tasks and some jobs, it's going to create more opportunities. Now, before 2022 November when ChatGPT was released, although AI has always been in existence though, but that was when I could say most people came to the awareness, oh, there's something called artificial intelligence, you know. Before that time, perhaps we didn't know about stuff about AI automation specialist or AI prompt engineer, you know, AI consultants. There are some job roles that just came up as a result of AI, and there are some job roles that will be eliminated because of AI. So, AI will not replace anyone's role. People who use AI, who adopt the usage of AI, will replace those who don't. So, even in your workplace, now, for instance, now, okay, let me use us as examples. We are upcoming business analysts, you know. So if you say, well, I'm not going to adopt the use of AI in my work, I'm just the business analyst like us who is just starting out and is trying to use AI, he needs to our work, will definitely replace you who has refused to adopt the technology. A good example, when computers nearly came out, desktop, people who were, some persons refused to adopt it, or it, those who were using typewriter, so I will continue using my typewriter, or you start giving excuses. This technology is this technology is that. Mark, just like AI now, some people tell you that it's mark of 666, is the devil this, is devil that, and people are building stuff, creating wealth, solving problems using AI. So you have to come to that realization that you can't live in this world today effectively without adopting AI in your day-to-day use. You know, like someone, I think I read a report recently that we are like, if you are here now currently and perhaps you're not married yet, and you're not married yet, let's assume you get married, let's say next year, and you give birth to kids. The kids you are going to give birth to are kids who their normal um habitat is they're going to be born into an AI driven world. You get, so if for instance maybe you're a millennial, the time you were born, okay, there were computers though, but not many persons had access to computers, you know. So for me in particular, I didn't have a computer at home, but the secondary school I attended, we had a computer lab. So during holidays, I used to go to cyber cafe. Now cyber cafe now we don't have them again today. Now with your phone, you can use the internet. So we have to adopt that technology in our usage, so as when you have kids who are already um, working in that realm, you know how to relate with them. You get. So the second myth is AI is always accurate. No, no, no. AI makes mistakes. ChatGPT makes a lot of mistakes. Sometimes when, sorry, sorry about that. So AI makes mistakes a lot, and sometimes when I use ChatGPT, I have to go and confirm certain results it has given to me to ensure that what this thing has said is true. Yeah, so we must always fact check. You must not be a tech expert to use AI. Yes, you must not be a tech expert. You must not be so like some people try to make you feel that you have to acquire a certain kind of experience. You know, you must have perhaps have like 10 years, 6 years as a technology expert to use AI. Now, modern tools just require no technical knowledge. You get, so you just have to have a curious spirit. You have to have the ability to learn. In as much you have this a curious spirit, you are willing to learn, you are humble to ask questions. You go learn them now. For the non-Nigerians here, I when I say you go learn them, I mean that you will have to learn. So that's just Nigerian pidgin local parlance. AI understands everything. AI predicts patterns. It doesn't think like humans. Yes. So it doesn't understand everything. There are some things you tell it now based on your own local context. It doesn't. It will just give you some weird responses. So those are some common myths about AI. So this is a recent report about AI from the World Economic Economic Forum released in January. On the third, these are top fastest growing jobs. The first is big data specialist. The second is fintech engineers. The third is AI and machine learning specialist. You see, that's the third. So I'll leave the other ones. I'll focus on the one that concerns us. So within the next decade, sometime in 2017 or so, 2017, the government of the United Arab Emirates created a Ministry of Artificial Intelligence as far back as 2017. So some countries have already been when have always been forefront thinking about how to maximize artificial intelligence long before now. The same UAE recently, was it early this year, they had an agreement with OpenAI, so as they could, so that every citizen of, I don't know if every citizen or every resident of the United Arab Emirates should have access to ChatGPT Premium. You know, now imagine a country, let's assume they are just, let's say, 5 million. I did that math before. I think there are 20 million in their country. I can't recall now how many again. But let's assume there are just 5 million. Imagine 5 million citizens of a country who have access to AI, free, premium tools with all the features of ChatGPT. So that's a country that is AI equipped, preparing the citizens to be AI equipped. You get, and the United Arab Emirates has I think their ruler had this competition where students in secondary school within an academic session get to read 50 books within an academic session. So that's the Nigerians will say, okay, first, second, and third term. A child read 50 books. You can imagine what that child is going to become. So these are some top fastest growing jobs. I didn't copy the top fastest declining jobs. So we have to take AI very, very seriously. AI and machine learning, AI specifically. Machine learning is part of AI. It's a subset of AI. So this is from me to us all. We should try to be creators, using the technology to create stuff and not just consume. Just be using the tools. What can you do with this technology? What problem can you solve? What kind of business can you build out of this technology? What tool? Now, you could create an AI, maybe SaaS, AI SaaS, software as a service, now that solves one problem, and you have, like, let's say 1,000, 2,000 persons who are paid, subscribers, and let's say they are paying, let's say 1,000 people, they are paying like $20. $20 times 1,000, that's like $20,000. Let's assume they pay that $20 every month. That's some good money. Passive, not because you are not there full time trying to, just maybe have a developer who does the thing, maybe one or two persons who just help you check things inside, update the app, if they introduce new features based on your client's request. So that's what I suggest to all of us. We should think of how to maximize the tool. Like someone said, that Google did not invent the internet, but Google deployed that technology, internet, search engine, and the likes. You get. So let's just start thinking. If you're not thinking in that space or in that realm, start thinking of how you can start using AI to build stuff, to be a creator specifically. To be a creator instead of consuming and consume. Be a creator, more a producer. So how do you prompt AI effectively? First of all, what is a prompt? A prompt is simply the instruction, the instruction or command or request or question or message you give to an AI tool to tell it exactly what you want it to do. So it's the input that guides the AI's output. You get. So when you open your ChatGPT, your Grok, your Cloudy AI, those words you type inside on the LLM, like large language model, and it gives you answers, gives you your requests, gives you feedback. That's what's called a prompt. So I use basically there are two methods I use basically. In fact, the second one, I think it will help you a lot. I'm going to show practicals. I'm going to do both of them practicals. You know, so that's basically what a prompt is about, or what is a prompt. So how now this is a prompting framework. You can adopt this. Like for me, when I want to prompt, I like to give AI a role. So it depends on the subject I want to talk about, what I want to do. So I'm going to use let us. So this is like a framework you could use, you could adopt. So it does not necessarily mean you have to follow this step by step every time. No, there are some things you want to do. You may not necessarily need a table. Like for instance, you may not necessarily need the option 4, give format requirements. You may not necessarily need that. you know but basically I used number 1 is compulsory for me, number 2 is compulsory for me, number 3 is very compulsory for me. I like to the tone. Yeah, so when I use that tone, I could say okay, maybe write XY in a semi-formal tone, or in an informal tone, or in a semi-formal human tone. So it does, or I could say okay, make it very friendly, make it very inspirational. Depends on what I want to do. Okay, so let me just give some practicals before. So this is like an example of a prompt based on what we have here, this framework. So you are a project manager, create a 3-step action plan in bullet points, for improving team communication. Keep it simple and practical. So let me just show you something quickly. So this is my chat GPT. I believe you can see. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So this is my chat GPT. So let me give you a prompt now. Let me just say, okay, assume you are an experienced business analyst with experience senior. Let me use the word senior. You get why? That's senior not correct. Alright, senior business analyst with Sahara Group. You have been invited. Should I use that? With Sahara Group, okay. You are to train entry level business analysts of the company. Full stop. Creatively and intelligently creatively and design a training model to training program, yeah, that's a word, to be used for this training. Notes: the entry level participants are mostly Nigerians. No, let me not use that one. No, the entry level participants